Did, did you
Hello,
already?
everyone, and welcome once again to another, this time the first recap. Today I'm joined again, of course, with Crystal Hunter that we're gonna do the whole thing together.
Hello, everyone.
And we are happy, sort of, to be joined by Morplovak also today.
Yeah, his management called in when we said like we wouldn't invite him, and they were threatening with lawsuits.
Yeah, I got that
Um,
paper also.
yeah,
My secretary forwarded the lawsuit, right, guys? Okay, good. Now we're on good terms, right. Okay. Good
Yeah.
evening, everyone. I'm a guest star at two recaps this week. I was recapping Spoons with Tom with of USX 5B and a 5E division.
how did that go? How did the other
It was
recap
really
go?
fucking funny, honestly. Those two are really funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Spoon and Tom are really funny.
Yeah, really funny. He told that it was well deserved that crazy play from the elf teams, and I
No,
deserved
no,
it.
no, 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 no.
Yeah,
You,
yeah,
you,
yeah.
you, you're quoting me wrong there, UV. You deserve the draw because you didn't three die the ball carrier. That's why you deserved the draw. You didn't do the most optimal play in that situation.
And who
And I
did you
think
say
that
that will win in my next matchup?
probably not you.
Definitely not me. Yeah.
It's nice of you to not give him the predictor's curse, so to speak. Like you want Yuvi to win. You truly care about him.
Yeah. Someone
Sure.
might believe us. So, let's get into the action here. Uh, Fortunately, no game is played. I think you've told us that you have your game today, Plovak.
In 50 minutes, to be exact.
Oh,
Oh, that's
okay.
gonna be exciting.
Yeah, will you stream that?
Yes, I will be. Sorry, I will be streaming that one. Yes.
Okay, we will hop in after the recap then there to watch the game. And
I'll be glad.
hope your
I'll be glad.
opponent breaks your werewolves.
But why I'm playing the Lizardman, so Tiffy might actually break him. He seems to be very good at managing his Saurus and Skinks, so I have a fear I'm gonna be in a rough ride.
Uh-huh. I hope. We can always hope. Okay, let's start from the first match. It's the 10th Rebel versus the Kingdom of Bretonia. It went 1-0. Unfortunately, I couldn't watch this game because there is no replay. Uh,
Yeah, we were a little bit late with checking on that,
yeah,
but
It was played like on the first day of the season, even.
yeah.
1-0 victory for the Norse. We did say this would be an interesting game between Norse and Bretonians because, like, Bretonians do have a lot of ways to counter the Norse
Mm-hmm.
with their skills, but
I
apparently the
I
Norse were strong
mean,
enough.
I don't think it's the. I don't think it's down to the strong enough. Can you check how many blocks the seed that the fucking Norse did?
Yeah, I did. I
A
was gonna
hundred
come to
and
that.
one. 101 block. My
That's
goodness God.
that's a lot of blocks, even in my standards.
That's
Even in my standards, that's a
six
lot of blocks.
pages. There's 6 pages of the fucking thing.
What
Mamma
happened?
mia.
What happened in that game? Like now, I wish I would have watched that one because like
In a
Yeah.
hundred in 100 blocks, there were only 40 pals. In 100 blocks. Due
wow.
to defended frenzy bug. Oh, so hello there,
Yeah.
Spoon.
Hello, Spoon.
Hello, Spoon. How are you doing?
That's the guy that I was talking about earlier. He's really funny, along with Tommy Rutters.
Yeah,
Both of them.
Me and Spoon did talk to each other a little bit as well. He knows me. It's Crystal Hunter, here, by the way, Spoon.
He did put it in the
I gotta,
title, unlike you do.
yeah, I gotta still open UFSX stream because like
Yeah,
there
so
we go.
the injuries inflicted though were pretty equal. I don't know, of course, how it went. 3 injuries for both teams, 1 KO more for the Brits. Uh, a lot of armor breaks, to be honest. 23 in an early game. That's quite
It
a
it
lot.
it feels like the Bretonians just went all mans and just got like like looking at the statistics purely, like just went all men's and just got punished for it. Like that's the thing you immediately think about when you see these kind of statistics, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I hardly believe that the Norse punched everyone, all man's dead, and the Bretonians just stood up to it. Like
Yeah.
I think that's the only way this was rolled this way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So very interesting first game there between the Norse and the Bretonians.
Nice SPP though for the Brits, even for a loss. 11 SPP is not bad after a loss
Yeah.
with 0 touchdowns. Of
They
course.
did MNG Berserker with Mighty Blow.
Oh, that's always useful.
The MNG the Berserker with Mighty Blow and Nice Bird. Alignment on the Bretonian team got a Niggle. Sorry, AV Bust. Sorry. AV busted, and Fat Patrick is back with an AV bust as well. So I think we fired the AV6, right?
Mm. Oh, it was, Spoon says it was a turn 16 touchdown for Nord, and then got Riot and almost got 2 turn, missed a 4+ throw. Oh, that was really close then.
Speaking of Morplover's question there, yeah, I think you just released some of the. You were talking about the Bretonians here, right, Morplover?
Yes.
Yeah. I think you just released some of the AV6. Yeah, the players that changed to AV6 here that got a minus armor. But at the same time, you have this financial problem. So like, I don't know.
Huge financial problem.
I'd rather play with like an AV7 loner
Yeah.
lineman that might get like a random Kaz into like a DP if I rehire him,
Definitely.
rather than keep an AV6 and that piece gets an MVP.
Definitely on the short and midterm. The only thing that is a real problem. Although I do agree with you, but probably it's just better to just get the loner. Although the longer term problem is like the more players you fire from this team, the longer it takes before you get to replace that blitzer eventually. Which probably does want to get replaced at some point. Although like with the darts, it could be fine to just keep them, right? Like with Blotch being there.
I think you keep it like a ball carrying and like hand off turn 7, turn 8. Like try and get to the other pieces, to the other blitzers. It's a 1 in 9 handoff. Like to level the other pieces to just replace that niggled one. I think that's the best choice. And he also did it as well. I think he scored on Chill. I cannot pronounce that fucking name.
Schildebert de Grisselrug.
No, he didn't. He did not score on him. He didn't score the game. But sorry, he didn't score at all that game.
Yeah,
he did.
He didn't score that the first game. Probably it's a greenhorn.
Yeah, it's probably a greenhorn touchdown. Yeah.
So the only thing also though with the 2 linemen of AV6 is that if the first one doesn't die, of course, in the in the upcoming match, then he has 2 of those. That means 1 sub, which can be a part if you use one of those 2 to foul.
It's always a thing to think about when you build these kind of teams.
I think you build for the future. Like you this 5v5 Division 5 is not where you win.
I totally agree.
I don't think we even get like a ticket to the playoffs and whatnot in Division 5. So I think everyone should be just developing the team. The result should not be mattering.
I think the way it works is like you get to the top of your division.
Yeah, and then is another
you have to
group.
play in another division to determine a ticket.
Actually, last season what it was, I didn't check this season, but I think it's similar. The top ones got promoted, and then 3 groups were made, and the top one only got a ticket from each group.
But I'm telling you guys, like this is part of Morplover's secret, and he's telling everyone that there's no tickets, so that everyone will just play badly and just level the team, and then he can just keep winning to get the ticket. It's really smart.
Like but so obvious to us.
If only I was that smart, Chanter. Honestly, if only I was that kind of smart. But I didn't know the league structures like that.
Okay, let's go to the second match though. Yes. Which one we did watch, I think. Both
Yeah,
me
I
and
watched a good
Crystal
part
did
of
watch
it.
at least. I don't know if you watched it.
So sorry. So just to just have a glancing word about the Norse team after the game. They're
We will.
missing.
I
They're
think let's watch it after we say the next weeks.
sorry.
Let's
Yeah,
watch the
you mean
teams
sorry. You mean
at
check
the
the
next.
teams
Yeah,
after the? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
when you get to next week, because we have to watch your game also
Sorry.
and wish the best for your opponent, which I don't know who is yet. I will check it later.
Tiffy. I told
Tiffy.
you, Tiffy.
Tiffy, okay, yeah. Lots of fouling, Tiffy. Lots of fouling. That's the secret. So, second match
Uh,
was the Ogres that we all love. I don't know about Plovak. Plovak probably loves them because they play dwarves only. That lost 0-2 to the dwarf team.
I feel so bad for the yoga coach. I just feel so bad for the yoga coach.
True, true. It was a dream start though, to be honest. First, on turn 3, I think the Ogres had injured two dwarves out of the field, and they had still a full team. What I noticed in this game mainly is that the dwarf coach focused a lot on hitting with one dice the ogres, even when he could two die them. Unfortunately, let's go watch the replay. There are
Okay, I'll keep an eye on what you said that you wanted to check on.
yeah,
So turn 4 is
yeah.
what you wanted to see.
Hmm.
Turn 4 for the ogres, and then turn
First of
4
all,
for.
what's your opinion on taking the bombardier and using it in offense? Of course, in the
He was playing
specific.
against dwarves. I would definitely just wait until defense or start at defense. Just kick the ball first. I don't know who won the toss here. Who won the toss?
The ogres went for offense.
I would have. Yeah,
I
this
would,
is
yeah,
this.
I would have won the defense. I
Yeah,
agree with Crystal.
Yeah, me
I
too.
would have definitely gone defense, and then you just use the bomber to throw it at a cage. And
Mhm.
like if you throw it at a cage, get the ball carrier down, get the other players down. You start swarming it with all the ogres and with the nobblers, and you have infinite power around the ball, and you just go wah, and then you have it.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no.
Just a bit excited about ogres.
They went power crazy. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love ogres. I absolutely love ogres, and I really feel bad for what's about to happen here on the stream.
Yeah. So let's watch this turn 4. First, we see an activation as a first
Oh
action.
no! Activate the fucking ogre on the left, please. God fucking damn it!
There are 2 points I want you to discuss. First is the first activation of the bombardier first on the turn. What do you think about that?
No, just no. Especially since it's raining.
Mm-hmm. The ball is in Gnoblar's hand. Already 2 injuries and nothing on the ogre team. So you could say that the game is doing pretty good for the ogres now. Okay, let's see. Does work though. And then comes the blitz, as Morplovak said, before the standing up of the ogre.
Yeah.
I hope he won in 81s. He does. Good.
Oh.
Yeah, and
Good.
that's what happened. Okay. Now, I don't want to stand into if it was wrong or right. Just
It was
what
wrong. It's wrong. You're not doing anything
no
with the
no
left
just
ogre,
what
right?
you would do and what Crystal would have done.
Okay.
I'm interested in your opinion. So let's start with Crystal. Crystal, you know a lot more from ogres than we do.
Yeah.
You've played a lot more. So
Yeah.
what would you do now in this situation in the last turn and why?
In the last turn.
Yeah.
Well, I think generally I would generally be way more conservative when throwing a bomb from that angle,
Mm-hmm.
because like it definitely looked uncertain. if you were gonna land it, secondly, like if it fumbles, like you have a lot of players that are gonna be damaged with it. Like you kind of want to treat it a little bit more conservatively. If you have control over the ball, that's generally the rule with the bomber.
So
Other
maybe
than
to
that,
the left, you say. Maybe to the left, throw the bomb.
I wouldn't have started with it in the first place. I would
Yeah.
have first checked my blitz,
Mm-hmm.
check the other stuff, see if I can move the line of Nopplers a little bit away from the bomber, and then start thinking about doing a throw. You got to be really careful when using the bomber. You could potentially, on the longer term, you could think about doing a blitz that covers the bomber off, that screens the bomber off in some sort of way with the ogre, so that next turn he doesn't get attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could plan ahead like that, but I wouldn't go that far as to say like, well, let's throw a bomb immediately and just see what happens. Definitely not on offense. On defense is a different story. Like you could have some situations where you want to do that.
So
Not on
generally on offense, if you use the bomber on offense, you would use him as a last action, except from blitzing with him.
most of the time. There's a there might be some really rare obsession, not obsessions,
Situations.
situations,
Mm-hmm.
really rare situations. Where you just throw it and see what happens. But I can't think of anything right now where that applies, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's something you really got to keep in mind.
And what would you turn order this specific turn? Let's also remind that this is a situation that the ogres, despite having 4 ogres only, which is a huge disadvantage in this matchup, they did manage to get 2 injuries.
Okay, so the line of order here is if you play a blitz that involves your positioning, so that means that you have to blitz to bring along players along that side of the field. You take the blitz first and then you do the movement. If you don't have that, generally, then you can just do the movement first of the Nopplars where you want to stand them. So I would probably just move them to the right a little bit first, protect it off, and then do the blitz eventually. So making sure that you have that safe area before you do a blitz or anything. That's where you start off, and then you start building into doing the blitz, doing the other blocks. Like you can do the other blocks first before the blitz. Doesn't really matter too much with ogres if they don't have block. Just depends on where it's optimal, and then you start thinking about, well, do I throw a bump here or not? So that's the order of play, literally.
I'll be more specific in mine.
Yeah, go
than
ahead.
what Crystal Hunter said. So I'm going to keep the blitz that he used. So I would not be probably blitzing that direction. But okay, let's say that we're blitzing the Troll Slayer with Mighty Blow is the target of the blitz. That Juggernaut Ogre on the left side, he's not doing anything. He's not going to be dodging. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be 4+ dodging with it. So the first activation is first command is activate that Ogre. Then bottom right of the rightmost Longbeard, put the movement speed Noblar. Second, put the Noblar on the right of the ball carrier, right of the Longbeard. 3 die that Longbeard. Afterwards, you 3 die with the same blitz on the Troll Slayer. That's my turn ordering, and afterwards you can get into a position that you move the Noblar upwards, screen it off a bit, and you can then block with the break tackle ogre onto the Troll Slayer to its top right. And then every single dwarf on the right side is based, every single dwarf in the middle is based, and then you can throw the bomb either on the left side or behind every single dwarf on the right. But I would not be throwing to the right because that's where the ogres would be, and my numbers would be. So I would be taking the right side, pushing the ball forward as much as we can, and protecting it obviously from the blitz.
So generally speaking, as Crystal has said, and you agreed also, Plovak, Crystal is also telling that to his stream when he's playing ogres, is that first do anything that doesn't concern a hit.
Yeah.
Because in the ogres, especially, I think it's one of the most unforgiving teams.
You
Uh,
wanna do stand-ups and boneheaded players first, generally in the rule, unless you're gonna block with the boneheaded player, but stand-ups and boneheaded players first,
mhm.
and then you start with the other ogres,
Yeah,
because you always gain something out of a turn then.
and making, of course, the ball safe before any hit action.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, after that, the game went into a brawl, and let's go to the dwarf's turn 6. This is the turn.
I feel so bad for him because like
Yeah.
he was on 4 ogres already.
By the way, he has a 2 die easily if he wanted to make, but the dwarf coach is relying a lot on the 1 dices,
Yeah.
even when he can make 2 dice.
I mean, it's basically a 3+ activation. Otherwise, it's a 1 die with block against no block. It's
Mhm.
not that unsafe.
Still fair odds.
The problem is this though. He's dead, he opposite, and he's still dead. That's painful.
I,
Hello, innovation, by the way.
I
That's
agree with
really.
Crystal Hunter's assessment. I think he should just reroll the ogres. Not
Yeah, I think he should have done that at the start of the season. But to
Yeah.
quote a quote out of one of the video games that I like to play, as more Plovex knows, I'm gonna say this here. To the coach here, you cannot now believe that you will ever feel better, but this is not true. You are sure to be happy again. Knowing this, truly believing it, will make you feel less miserable now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's by Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely feel for him. Like that's just terrible. It's just terrible that that kind of thing happens. And like Moplovic said, I feel like you should have rerolled at the start of the season, because then you're at 5 ogres, you have some leeway where you can go.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's gonna look really rough for the rest of the season. But who knows? Maybe he can build something up nice. Like maybe he'll roll some doubles on the other ogres. I don't know.
Yeah, I really hope that. But let's not forget that he had an MNG also, Ogre, so doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Thanks for the follow, Coach Cool. Let's go to the Lakers game afterwards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Dark Elves versus some whatever team. Unfortunately, the Dark Elves lost 0-2. He went AFK, Slovak.
Is
Oh no,
Plover still in?
I'm listening to the crapshoot. I'm just writing it down.
Why are you writing down?
He's writing it down for his lawyers in case we say anything wrong, UVSec. So
Okay.
so yeah.
I should be very careful then. So 0-2 win. Congratulations on the win. Very nice MVP for the Necro. 30 blocks for the Darkers, 40 blocks for the Necro.
Yeah.
1 KO, 2 injuries for Darker. That's very decent, I think.
Does Morplovak want to tell anything about the game, or should I just give a quick
The game was like a block fest.
Yeah.
Like a block fest that he wanted to go for an early score. I blocked him off, I think, and then went back. I think he wanted to pass play to the Blodge Blitzer forwards, and we caught the ball.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So after that, he lost all momentum. All momentum was lost by
the
the.
the setup there was really interesting, because like I thought like this is turn 3 or turn 4. This was really early in the game, right? When this happened.
Turn
Yes,
3.
it turned 3, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
And if he would have made the pass, even if you wouldn't have intercepted it. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, like the intercept for me, like as I see it, is one of the most rotten things that can ever happen in Blood Bowl. If you get intercepted, the game changes in such a dramatic way that you can turn a close to win into an insta lose. Like it's one of the most horrible things that can happen in Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
So if you get intercepted like that, yeah, Moplovik basically controlled the game afterwards. But the point is,
Yeah, I think positionally I was forcing him to go to the left side on UV stream right now. I was
yeah,
trying to force him to go to the left side, and you'll see what he did
Well,
instead.
what I like here is that Slovak is really pressuring efficiently.
yeah.
He lets that one die here to happen. He has the advantage because of the block. With any player, he takes it. So he really has no problem. If you see he brings his wolf here, he then probably calculates that he needs to be there or there to serve or to assist anything that happens on the right. Let's watch it. So he's,
Yeah, I reconsidered
yeah,
back the right side, and I thought I need to fortify the middle.
I really like this spacing also. It requires a harder dodge. Yeah,
God, it's an edgy 5.
yeah.
It's a simple. I'm just making 2 of them.
So let's watch this turn. Firstly, it's an one die blitz. I really didn't get that without a block piece. That's already risky.
No, I think it's fair to free up
The thing is, like he does this one dice to set up the play. So like for that in that kind of line of thought, you can understand why he does the one dice.
Yeah,
But the
but
play itself,
he had a play here, a good play there. Only
No,
he
I
could.
think, and this is you can just continue keep running this because we will
Mhm.
see the result into this anyway. Just keep running the video here
Yeah,
because like what you can see here is that he's gonna go all out here and he's just gonna head over there and do the pass. Now the thing is, even if he succeeds this pass, he's still gonna be in range of the werewolf on the left side.
yeah.
So I think it's not the hardest thing to put an assist up there with the zombie that just intercepted it.
He can. That zombie can move with one GFI and assist if needed. Or
The one that just intercepted.
Oh, you know, the wolf on the left can assist UV. The
the
wolf on the
wolf
left
on
can
the
assist.
left needs one GFI also to assist. If
The,
he,
the the one that just intercepted, the zombie that just intercepted that
yeah,
now has
the
the
zombie
ball.
that
No,
just intercept can
he
assist.
would have
Yeah,
he would have screened the ball with the edgy 5 against the zombie. That's what I said. I had the wolf on the left.
Probably, yeah. But still, like there were a lot of assisting options there, and I think you would have been really likely to get 2D into 2D on the ball.
yeah,
So I think the play itself was too quick. Like just slow down a little bit and recenter a cage, and then see if you can work out something else. So that would have generally been what I would have done. Also because of the fact that even if you succeeded, even if Morplovek doesn't get his 2D into 2D pause, you're probably forced to score anyway, leaving Morplovek with like 4 or 5 turns to score back.
yeah,
And that's not what you want. You don't want him to score back in the same drive. So like that was something I had in mind, and I was like, ooh, that doesn't look good at all. But I guess I can understand it. Sometimes people get trigger happy with that, and then they just want to do that play and see what happens and see what comes up, and could have ended up favorably for
And
him.
I think I just turned it into my own drive, like centering the ball, and basically that's it.
hmm,
It's nothing too spectacular of a game. I think that one misplay ruined the drive for him fully.
Yep. Yeah.
yeah,
That was basically it. As far
Also,
as I can see.
I had a comment for him during the game as well. I was talking to him.
hmm,
He wasn't using his agi 5s at all. I was
yeah,
like fully expecting every single time. I was fully expecting a dive into the cage. Never happened.
yeah. I mean, when you have those players and not one,
But
uh,
3 of them.
yeah, you must do it. Especially in this situation that you gave the ball, of course, logically to the wolf that doesn't have block. You totally expect that to happen because it's your only coverage shot there.
Yeah. Generally, you kind of want to just when
Hmm.
desperation kicks in when you're 1-0 behind, or whenever you get into that situation where your opponent is in control like that, you want to think about, well, maybe some last last action or some last miracle action to do something. I do them a little bit earlier, I would say,
Yeah, but
but that's
really,
because my playstyle works on that kind of thing.
when you have the AG5 players, generally in any elf team or Haven or agility team generally,
It's a dream. It's an absolute dream to have Edgy 5 players.
yeah,
I understand Armstrong what he said to me that that he was afraid that his player is gonna die, and in that situation he was like more player conservative rather than game conservative. Like,
And
hmm
I don't really hate that either, because at the same time you could say like maybe he's just waiting until he gets Dutch on his players so that he has more survivability with them and then he can go all out with them. Like I don't hate that necessarily. That's okay.
yeah,
But at
yeah,
the
I
same time,
totally
if you
agree.
play to win the game, then you gotta do what you gotta do. If you play for the long term, especially in Division 5, like you could definitely do this kind of thing. You can just keep building and see what happens after that. So it's a choice.
hmm Yeah, if it's
uh,
like you said for the build up, it's okay.
so for the game, he lost Rat to a string bust. I think he fired him. No
hmm
other permanents. He got a level on the kick piece. While my team only got a level on the werewolf, which was into block.
Yeah.
Ah, very nice.
Hello, Necro. By the way, it's going well. We're watching here Laker Slovak team winning.
Oh, then Necro.
Hey Neko, how are you doing?
Okay, let's move to the next match. That it was the most interesting that we found in the last recap that we did. I think we both agreed that it would be an interesting game to watch. It was the Lizards versus the Wood Elves versus that
Yeah,
amazing team of Wood Elves.
and this is more Plovek's next opponent as well. Like interestingly enough,
Yeah.
didn't oh shit, hold on. I accidentally pressed watch replay on the old game on the Dark Elf versus Necro game. Now I have to jump out again.
So first
I'm,
thing
I'm s-
here is that the Lizards lost to 3, a
yeah.
lot of armor break, 16.
Yeah, which kind of interested me into watching this game at the first one. I was like, okay, which game am I gonna take a look at?
hmm
And I knew about more Plover's game and how that kind of went, and then I was like, well, let's just take a look at the Wood Elves and Lizards team first, because that score, like the 3-2 score line, is not something you see that often.
hmm
I'd
Um,
also watch it if I was a neutral spectator. Out of all these games, these 4 games that were played, I think I would have watched the Lizards versus Woodies.
yeah. So that intrigued me immediately, and there are some interesting things. I think Lizards is really hard to play against Wood Elves. Like Wood Elves are really good opponents to just counter the Skinks. Just leaping in and just sacking the ball is really annoying for the for the Lizards generally.
Yeah, especially this
Um,
kind of Wood Elves.
but I feel like if you look at setups in the first few turns, and this is why I pointed this out
hmm
in the replay thing. Like if you watch like turn 1 until turn 4, you can clearly see a pattern between like what the lizard coach does. Where
hmm
I feel like if you do this a little bit differently, you don't get swarmed like you do. Because he absolutely got swarmed during his drives.
Yeah, I think
Same thing, Jerry.
he lost the ball on turn 2, I think.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, due to a double score, which was unlucky. We'll see that. We'll see that in a moment. I can't really spoil too much of that. But I think like if you look at positioning,
mhm.
like there's something he can definitely pick up, and you'll see that immediately when he sets up here. Um,
He
Which
went
turn you
he
want
went
us to go and check? Turn 4?
turn 1 until turn 4. So like the first
Okay.
turn, he does. Like I kind of want to immediately dive into that.
Let's go back then a little
Let's
bit.
go a bit back, yeah.
Uh,
Because this turn 2
okay.
thing, like it's unfortunate, but there is some build up towards it. Because if you can see what he did on turn 1, like all the lizards over there,
hmm
all the Sarai are deeply invested into the line of scrimmage. which means that he doesn't have a backup if Wood Elves go around him, or go over him, or go through him. He doesn't have any backup to really take countermeasures. And you see how, and this is really cool to see, because you'll see the lizards ending their turn in a moment. You will see how T-Cold immediately reacts on that, and I love it because it's also part of my playstyle how I would react in this kind of situation. Like, you're gonna see what happens. It's absolutely devastating for the lizards. Absolutely devastating for the lizards. So like, you see every one of the Zaras invested into this area, like in front of his own LOS. And
A
Skinks
lot
are
of
behind.
focus on the tree also.
Yeah.
Totally unnecessary in my opinion. You just leave the tree there. You have to worry about all the rest.
The problem with Saurus on the tree is that they cannot dodge away from the tree.
Yeah.
So you have to knock it down all the time.
So just keep this running. Here you see the reaction from the Wood Elves. They of course try to take out the Skink, because they're the valuable, not the valuable, but the frail targets. And they start moving in immediately around the wings. They start getting into positions where they feel like this is the most comfortable position to really obstruct him from the backside, because the lizards could come in from the back, right? Like, they're gonna close the door immediately here. Like, if you can see this, like, he's gonna get to the bulk area, but those last few players here that he's gonna move, he's gonna stick them right in between here. Let's see here what he does with the Warden. So there you go, he comes in with the leap, and just gets into that area. So like, yeah, he swarms that off completely, and suddenly like the lizards are in huge trouble, and they have to really overextend into the
Not
next
really.
turn.
No. The blood should have been on the dancer to create a cage. To create a cage in the middle,
In the
right?
middle, yeah.
Well, we'll see how he reacts on this turn. So like, he gets the powder, gets into that area. Fair notice here, even if the GFI works here, like the strip baller is immediately in position to just sack the ball there, right? Like, he's immediately into a lovely position where he's just threatening everything. So he fails the double GFI, and yeah, that's basically it.
That yeah, I don't think he could have even. Yeah, with double ones, that wasn't anything to be done
But
there.
even if he wasn't unlucky, like, there's such a strong position for the Wood Elves to just sack that ball, transition it over, and score the touchdown. And you don't want to give them so much space to be able to enter your area like that. And that's where I'm coming from. Like, the whole screen off, the whole moving in front area. This is something I often discuss during my stream as well. Like, when I play Skaven, I generally tell the people, like, don't give me so much space for this kind of area to just swarm in and give you a tough time. And this is exactly what happened. So you see him make the score, and then you go to like turn 3 and 4, where the same thing happens basically. Only the Wood Elves make a little mistake there, because they shouldn't have leapt there. They should have dodged there. I feel like the 3+ dodge into the 2+ instead of going with 3+ with the War Dancer. But you see that in a quick moment. So those were some really interesting turns where I felt like, ooh, this doesn't look great. And then just the whole thing exploded, and then you're playing. It's always really bad when you play against Wood Elves from behind, you know, like when you're 1-0 behind against Wood Elves, and you have to make up for that. It's always just it feels really bad to play against that. I don't know about how you guys feel.
Yeah, that's awful. When a game starts like this and the Wood Elves get you a touchdown on your drive, it's really tough after.
I mean, I play lizards mostly, or played lizards mostly, and one of my worst matchups are against the woodies, especially because of those leaping dancers into a 2-die on the ball.
You can skip through this, by the way, a little bit to turn 4, because like there's the other turn 3 or turn 3 from the turn 4 from Tiffy, because there's the other variation. The Wood Elf scored, and here you get the same thing. So what happens? He kicks the ball again. We'll see that in a bit, I assume.
Yeah,
and then
the lizards are not even changing anything on the LOS.
They're not changing anything on the LOS. And you already see like he's approaching it a little bit more careful because the ball's kicked closer to him, so it's a bit more easier to cover with the both kings. But this is still like super scary what he's doing, because you get the same sort of situation. You get the blocks again by the lizards. They just happily move forward. Nothing goes back, and yeah, it's I don't know. Like when you play versus edgy teams like this, you're gonna get scored on. It's just my main message. I feel like.
How did the Lizardman score twice? Did you watch it fully?
They had to. This wasn't a score by the Wood Elves. This wasn't a score by the Wood Elves. This thing, but it's still good to show, because like even if he failed his action, I feel like this could have been potentially really dangerous, you know. So this wasn't a score. The Lizard scored, and then you had a back and forth going on with the scoring, and then it went to 3-2, and then he had a one turner on turn 16, which didn't go well at all because of certain positioning errors there as well, which you can take a look at if you really want to. Like turn 16 is huge, is absolutely huge. So you see this hanging here.
Yeah, that's an
This,
easy one.
so you see him hanging here behind the back. Like if he just touches through here with one of the Wood Elves like he does, and he just touches through with the strip baller, he leaps through here, which is not good. I would have dodged, because you saved the reroll then.
Yeah.
I would have dodged through. But point is, like he comes there and he just gets over there and gets the hit. So yeah, it's an unfortunate GFI at least, so he gets injured for that. So he gets paid off for it at the Lizards, but still, like this is scary.
This was not good ball protection at all.
Yeah.
He wasn't even counted the squares the elves can take. I really don't like anything that the Lizardman coach did the past 5 turns.
Exactly. And then the only thing that is worth mentioning is turn 16, because if we switch, or if we go to that really fast, I'll show it really quick.
Yeah, let's go.
16.
So wait, he's
Yeah.
pushing. So he's push. Oh my goodness, he pushed the catcher into the ball carrier as well on that
Yeah.
block. God damn it!
I don't wanna hang too long about this, because like you have your game as well because of the whole thing, of course. So I don't wanna hang too long into
I'm
the
still afraid of the Lizardman, but I hope he improved in the middle of the game.
You're gonna have the situation where the Lizards are 3-2 behind, and they're gonna do the one turn here. And I have two things to mention in this one. One, the initial setup, which is really important here, and two, the reroll usage. So hold on here. We're gonna see the setup here. What I would do to start off with is the lizard is gonna, or the skink is gonna be in a certain position here. The skink is gonna be in a certain position for the one turn. We'll check where he's putting him. There, that's where he's putting him. I would have put him one to the left.
Yes, he should have taken the spot of the Saurus.
Yes, that's to start off with. One to the left, because then you can extend the chain towards there from the backside, which he's gonna do now. But look at what happens after that. He still has the reroll here. Didn't use the reroll yet.
Oh goodness God! The fucking the Croxigor has to block. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Also, but look at this. He just accepts the POW, and accepting the POW means that you immediately take the loss there.
Yeah, that should have been a reroll.
Yeah, but also that should have been a 3 dice, because he has a skink on the bottom of the field that was there because of the for the pickup. He could have put that in there to just make the 3 dice. So you could have made a 3 dice out of that if you put it in the skink into the right position. You would have double pushed him already, and I think you would have been really likely to do that one turner and score the touchdown and be playing a draw. So that's a big difference there. That's a huge difference to make.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct in that.
So just wanted to point that one out, because I felt like that was really important to just make note of.
One turning is hard in the game, as is. So learning how to one turn is, I think, one of the skills, harder skills to get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You play dwarves. You don't care about one turning.
True, true. Look at all those SPP though. For both teams, it was a really good SPP-wise game. 17 SPP, very much needed for the Lizards.
Yeah, looking good for the Lizards at least, and
And
also looking good for the Wood Elves.
21. Yeah, 21 for the Wood Elves. Oh,
And as
that's a
far as
lot.
I've seen, no permanent injuries, if I remember correctly.
We
So
will check this now that we will see day 2. So we have the 10th REBBL Parliament of Voles. Oh, there we will see the Wood Elves.
Norse versus Woodies.
Yeah, let's see the Norse team first. Okay, one Berserker missing. I think it was the other way previous match, wasn't it?
Yes. He was missing the flaming dude.
Yeah, I thought that.
let's
What
let's
happened?
let's take a really quick look at the leaderboard first before we head into the,
Okay.
because we might miss out on that first. Like, let's take a really quick look, and we'll see who's in first. There you go.
First, there are 4 coaches so far. It's equally distributed.
Yeah.
Morklovak is now considered first because of the 2 touchdowns. That might
Exactly.
change today.
No, but
We will see.
the dwarves also have 2 touchdowns, so we both share the first spot.
Yeah. Dwarfs, let's say, are first for now.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, so the Norse, 2 players down. So even if he doesn't buy a lineman, that's 100k more for the game. No tackle, it would be really good to have won this matchup.
I know this is going to be a really difficult game for the elves in general. But I gotta say, like, I'm quite. I haven't seen the Norse play, of course, which is
Let's
difficult
look
to
at the
judge.
elf team also.
But I'm quite impressed on how Tickle did in his match. So I wouldn't be surprised if he can win that one. But we'll have to see.
I'm voting for the win for T-Cold, but the death of the Woodies. So T-Cold's probably going to win, but the Frenzy is gonna do its thing and probably just remove a few elves.
You mean you vote for the win of the Woodies and you hope the death of them?
No, that's how it usually goes with the Norse with Woodies. Norse will get the POWs. Norse will get the POWs and remove the Woodies, but the Woodies are gonna win.
Yeah, I don't know even about the vows. I mean, it's 5 dodge players.
Yeah, and he has 5 Frenzy.
Yeah, it's not gonna work equally though. It's 1 blitz per turn, probably how the game will go. Um,
Oh, can you tell me how the next game is gonna go? Because my opponent is ready to go.
There you go. So we'll
Let's
quickly go
go.
to the next match and predict that.
Fate Stay Night with Terminosaurus. Okay, let's see again more Plovak's 11 SPP gain on the second werewolf in the first match. He went into block, of course.
The werewolf is going to be very solid in this matchup, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be blitzing a lot. Utilizes claw well. Like, this could be a good match for Morplovak.
Yeah, 1160. I wonder if he's gonna buy anything. Probably not. I know he's greedy. 1200. I think he's missing a skink. No. No.
I think this is gonna look good for Morplovak. Like, he's got to watch out for the edgy for skink. But other than that,
Yeah.
And obviously the 2D blocks by the Saurus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly that's the concern. I think how the blocks will go. Other than that, I think the skinks will not be a huge problem because of the 2 wolves having already block. So he can just blitz with one of them.
But I don't hate Necro for a matchup against Saurus, to be fair, because like for a matchup against Listers, because like with the flash golems, with the zombies being there, being able to tie up the Sarai a little bit, like you have definitely have some solid ground to control
I
the
think
game.
it will be a tough matchup though for both teams.
Yeah.
I will give a slight favor though to Plova because of the wolves mainly having guard.
Yeah, same here.
Block,
Unfortunately, he's good enough that I
block.
know he will target. Yeah,
Wolves
block,
don't have. Wolves never have guard.
block,
Trust me on that
block.
one.
Yeah, I know he's good enough to target the right pieces, so I will slightly favor him, but
I
it's
I
not a
would
huge
if
one.
my vote would be going to the lizards. I don't think the necro are developed enough to handle those, and we don't have a ball carrying ghoul.
We'll have
Yeah,
to see. We'll have to
you.
see.
I think I slightly favor the necro here.
But
Okay,
this is also more Plovik's brilliant plan. Like even if he loses the game,
Yeah,
like he wins his
see,
prediction. Like
see, he's doing it
that's
again.
top tier tactic.
Yeah, yeah.
uh-huh. Well, I'll be leaving you guys with the top tier recappers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Spoon is not here with Tommy Rotter.
Ah,
So you have all these two shitters with you. Good luck, chat. Good
We
luck if
will
these two is actually telling you anything good.
more Plovik have a good match, buddy.
have a
Enjoy the
good
game,
match,
and
mate, and
Bye, guys.
we will
anyone
join
who
you
wants
after to watch the
anyone who wants
game.
to see this game, make sure you follow more Plovik's channel. Check him out. He'll be facing Tiffy's
Bye.
Lizards. So there you go.
Yeah.
On to the next game.
So, Undermount and Underminers versus the Whips in Spandek. So, it is the dwarf team.
Yeah.
It is developing pretty steadily. I really like that movement up on the runner, by the way. I will tell it a lot of times probably.
Yeah.
1280 team value. That's pretty high, isn't it?
It is pretty high. It is definitely pretty high in this kind of like it only has been a few games. But the team is looking solid.
Yeah,
So
much necessary guard pieces, but he already
yeah,
got 3, so that's very good.
so quite happy with that. And then you have the Weeps in Spandex.
Yeah, the Dark Elf team,
The Dark Elf team, yeah.
uh,
And
which will be actually more higher team value than the dwarves, but not by a lot. Probably scamming a baby there from the dwarves for 10k or something.
actually, like the dwarves were 1280 and the Dark Elves were 1250.
They will get
But
a lineman
yeah,
though.
okay, they get a lineman. Yeah, okay, sure. So like yeah, I don't think like the dwarves are gonna scum a babe or anything with that, because like the factor of like them getting KO'd or them getting like them getting injured, the chances are really small generally,
Well,
isn't it?
true, yeah.
So I don't see them spend their own money at least for that.
Who would you
If they
favor though in this matchup? I would usually go for the Dark Elves with these adjabs, to be honest.
difficult call, really difficult call. Like I I want to lean like Dark Elves, but I think like the dwarves have a lot for them to say for them as well, and I think like this could definitely end up in a draw. It also depends on how willing Arnstone is going to be to use those 5 edges.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
something we have to think about. So like they don't have dodge yet. Against dwarves, dodge doesn't really help anyway. So like it's probably better that they don't have dodge. But it's gonna be, we're gonna have to see what he wants to do with them, and that's gonna be the big question. I think we're gonna look at a draw here, and then I'm being fairly optimistic for the Dark Elves.
I think I will go with the Dark Elves in this one. If he utilizes the AG5, he's got a great shot, I think, in this.
Alright, yeah, fair enough. I can see that, definitely.
So let's go to the last one. The Kingdom of Bretonia versus the Rumble Thumbers.
Oh yeah.
So, the Brits, that we have talked so much about.
Yeah. The funny thing is like they can actually play all men's here because there's only like 3 ogres with them.
True. True. Yeah. I mean, probably the Blitzers might be able to handle those
Oh
three ogres
man.
by themselves.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Um.
Um,
Yeah. I can't. I can't like with like I feel really sad for Red Sport Panda. That being said, I can't in good conscience I can't really vote for him in this kind of situation where he only has 3 ogres.
yeah.
And so like I gotta give the Bretonians the win here. Like I would give like um any basically almost any team to win here over a team that's like looking like this at the moment. I hope he
True.
rebuilds like really quickly and gets another ogre in, and I wish him all the best in that.
How much does an
But
ogre cost, though, to get as inducement?
140. Oh, for an inducement,
160
160,
or
170,
170? Yeah, I don't
it's
remember.
170. But you're not gonna spend your whole money,
No,
your whole bank on it. Like, what's the TV difference?
it's 190.
Yeah, he could get an extra ogre, but it's gonna be a loner ogre, UV.
Yeah, but uh, wizard, it's useless.
Yeah, yeah, I know. But the best alternative is a loner ogre.
Yeah, I don't really see anything else.
Yeah, it's
That's
horrible, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. I really feel bad.
I feel really bad for him. I hope he builds the team up like as quickly as he can, and I hope like for the ogres, I wish them like good fortunes in
Yeah,
having as less injuries as possible.
definitely, definitely. I really want to see this team building up. And
Yeah,
he's a long way from getting one. He has 7K on the bank. And that movement bust, it pains me. It pains me a lot.
I didn't even want to talk about that because
Yeah,
that's
yeah, it's painful. It's painful. Yeah, I guess both we are going for the Brets here. But
yeah,
deep inside, we wish good luck to the Ogre coach and we really want him to succeed.
absolutely. Like I said, ogres is one of my favorite just races to play, and it warms me to see them in the division as well. So it's good to see them. It's just
True, yeah. Uh,
I just I just want them to just grow healthy. Just want them to grow healthy. And
yeah, me
you
too,
gotta
me
feed.
too.
You gotta maybe you gotta feed them some little like peasants and some little like uh
Maybe that's a good chance for SPP.
yeah,
That's a
exactly.
good chance for SPP, yeah. Okay, I think we're done now. Mainly because we need, of course, to raid Provac and watch his game that is on the division.
Yes, absolutely. I'll definitely stick by that to take a look until my OCC game comes up in an hour.
Yeah, and
So
as we said in the last match, the Lizards versus the Woodels would be the most interesting match. I think in this one it will be the Necro versus the Lizard, the most interesting one.
yes. At the same time, let's not rule out the Wood Elves versus the Norse. I think that's gonna be a really interesting one as well.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. That
So
that's that would be interesting also to watch.
yeah,
Hmm.
definitely. So we'll have to see what comes up in those two matches, and we're gonna happily take a look at them, guys. And I hope generally you guys enjoy the recaps. Um,
And of
that's
course, anything you want to message us, we're obviously free.
yeah,
And if
absolutely welcome.
someone wants to come and join our recap, it's more than welcome to do so.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So let's head and raid Slovak, I think. Thank
Yes, let's.
you everyone for watching. Thank you once more time, Crystal, for doing this together with me.
Oh, absolutely, buddy. Anytime.
So let's go raid and watch the game. And goodbye from me. And
Yeah, see you around, guys.
see you around. Bye.